I was trying to eat something quickly because I hadn't had any food today. So, I hope everybody is having a wonderful Saturday. I think I said hi to everybody, but hello, Roa. Hello, Shinnok. Hi, Sophie. Hi, Gecko. Hello, everybody. Okay, I don't know why my extension isn't working, but I guess it doesn't matter because we're not listening to music today. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm going to actually launch the game. It's a wonderful night. Now that I get to see my blob. Aww. Well, so sweet. I need to use my expressions more often. Okay, so I've never played this game before. I don't remember exactly why I bought it, but I was told the less you know about it, the better. So that's what I'm going for. It's been a minute. I guess it has. I usually stream when you're asleep. Okay. This is quite loud.
We interrupt our program to
Hi,
bring
Midnight.
you this important message. I love you. Now, back to our show.
I love you too. How are you doing? Okay, I'm still large. Hold on. Boop. Boop. There we go. Convenient for the game. Yeah. So, I mean, there's a reason I don't know too much about it. So, I mean, the expressions. Oh, fair. If game doing all right, how are you? Do we want captions? Me from the back seat. Are we there yet? I'm hungry. I need to pee. Right is touching me. I want to watch Bluey. Oh my god. Hi, Beck. Hello. Thank you for the raid. How was cleanup? So if I could type Beck Winterborn. Hello. Hi, Panda. If you guys don't follow Beck, you should. He's a pretty nifty guy.
This is fucking hilarious.
Look to see if he's okay.
What the?
I'm sorry, Alice. I'm sorry, buddy.
What is this clip?
This is kinda crazy.
How was the rest of your stream? Start feeling eepy? Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I didn't want it to be like this.
Was good. That's good. How did you like
Fucking stupid.
How did you like that one game you were playing? I don't remember what it was called. Wow, this is a long clip. Hi, James. You had fun? That's always good to hear. It was good to hang out. I had to leave partway through because I had to take a shower. But no. Anyways, jump scared a person. Nice. We're gonna go captions. I like captions. Fear of Fathoms. I'm gonna play the. Oh, there's more than one. Oh yeah, you said there's like a anthology, right? Oh god, I hit the wrong. I just made my chair go down. Oh, rather than fixing the back. Okay, that was interesting. Okay, so yeah, definitely looked like an interesting game for sure. Fear of Fathoms. Okay. Alright. So I guess we'll just hop right into it. I think this is mostly a story game. That one jump scare got us both pretty good. Dude, I got so many times.
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing the Beginner's Guide. My name is Davey Reedon. I wrote The Stanley Parable, And while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened
Is game
between
audio okay? Is
2008
it too loud?
and 2011.
This is not a spooky game.
We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda. Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for
Hi,
the kinds of
Splash!
creative
Thank you for
works
the
that
audio
I
check.
wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike. You can walk around.
Wait
here,
a
by the way.
minute.
And,
Oh, this
mostly
isn't
it's
Counter-Strike.
just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment. But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert
I can
town,
jump.
he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town,
Okay,
and
good.
instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that
He
this video
said
game was
blob.
constructed by a real person.
I feel like I'm very
It kind of makes you
small.
wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this?
Oh.
This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all
In the
going to
game.
give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So, it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, you know, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure
I have
it
no
will just
idea,
send that
James.
much stronger of a message of encouragement
I
to
know
him.
nothing about this
So
game.
thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at DAVEYWREDEN.
But that was how it was
at
recommended to me to
gmail.com.
play this game when I looked through the
Okay, that's
reviews.
about it for
Was
introduction.
basically
Let's take a
play
look
this
at
game,
Coda's
know nothing
first
about it.
captured game. As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
Getting over it. So the guy who made this and wrote it also wrote for Stanley Parable. Oh.
This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
She has a gun, get down!
You can click to fire the gun.
Security call breached. Hostile alien life forms inbound.
Oh boy.
It kinda looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere, but then clearly there are no enemies anywhere. You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets.
Oh.
But ultimately we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that
Take
it
cover!
is. And I think that we should
I love
talk
it when a
about
woman
these
can
games for what
actually
they
kill
are,
me.
rather than for what they're not.
Oh, I can go this way.
Begin ship evacuation.
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
Oh, that's nuts. Oh, what? Oh,
Apparently,
God.
The space station has a labyrinth on it. Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it. Okay, this this is the part that's interesting. The game has this narrative about the whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Hey, you there, in the engine room. You could save us all. That beam is powering a whisper machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam. It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it? Could you give yourself?
Oh, wow. Oh.
Let me pause here for a second. What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
Oh. I'm being hoisted.
The beam causes you to start floating. And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it. Like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental
I'm
designs.
flying.
So he stops work on this
I can
and
float.
moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
Oh, this is kind of... The past was behind her. Oh, I can't move. I can jump? Can't move though. Oh, I can move backwards.
Yep.
Oh.
In this game, you can only walk backwards.
Oh, you're kidding me. Oh, that's kind of unsettling. I don't like that I can't, like, see where I'm going.
So it's a short and relatively minimalist experiment combining
Why
motion
does the
and narrative.
future keep
It is less
changing?
advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete.
When
Coda's trying
she
to give it a
stops and
unique
looks, it
voice
becomes
rather than
clearer?
simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
What does that mean? I can only go backwards still. But if the future is always behind her, how will she find the strength to confront it? Oh.
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that. Which to me is why it works, because it gets out quick. Okay, next one.
Oh, what the hell is this? Oh god. You are now entering...
And that's it.
Okay.
The meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting.
Blobs can float.
Oftentimes, Coda would put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games. I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
Am I getting slower? I think I'm getting slower.
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the
Open
stairs
the
opens.
door.
So why, if Coda's not
Open
showing
the
these games to
door.
anyone, why
Open
bother
the
opening the door
door.
at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
Okay. Play as a pair of floating eyes emitting foot. Oh god, what's happening? Rock button. Stop the chaos.
A room that's warm,
You are a gate.
and nice, and filled with little ideas for games.
Oh. Standing on an X, staring at a bear for 3 hours.
Coda would often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant.
Game filled with
He said that
chairs,
he knew
except
that he
one
was
chair is
actually a
floating.
vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes
Be
time
back
to
in a
really
bit.
see that. It can
Okay,
be a
thank
very
you, Beck.
slow climb to get there.
Be safe. A game of only posters and concept art. What? Oh, hi, Shady. Hi, bud. Oh, ready, set, fish. Well. Yeah. I like his texturing, I'll say that much. It's very nice.
Well, this is new for Coda. It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
Yeah, on the way. How far back? Okay, I can't really go that far any which direction. I have a feeling. Oh, that's neat.
Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon.
Are there holes
We're
in the
gonna see
wall?
it a lot. So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve a puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough. Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again, so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
What happened, Shady? Oh, whoa. Whoa, look at that! Wow!
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I
Yeah.
actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea.
Dang.
So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world.
Wow.
Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
I'd listen to that banjo then go back out. Oh no. You are now exiting.
Aha. So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the Stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them.
You missed beginning of stream,
And once
Shady.
we've
I was
done,
actually
we can
playing
step
that
back
song when I
and start to
started.
understand what exactly that bigger picture
When I was still on
is.
the starting stream screen. The great and lovely descent. No shot, absolute shot.
Let's talk about video game development for a second. Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development.
Streetwise fool.
To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly.
Can I go down this way?
One
No.
of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with
Oh.
what the engine does well.
I'll hop over. Oh, I can.
The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games, to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Oh gosh. This is kind of like, this is tripping me out just a little bit, like looking at this. Oh gosh. Hello. Just jumping. Oh! And I'm falling. Oh god. Goodbye. Oh. Well. Okay. This reminds me a lot of a game that I played a long time ago called Cairo. Very like walking sim-ish, but like you had to do tasks along the way. Wonder if it used the same kind of engine. Because it looked a lot like this, but like slightly different. Oh my god, why did that scare me? Oh. Hello?
This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting
No
you go.
way!
If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
Oh, and we're going back
This is something that
down.
he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable? and
You're now in
accessible?
jail.
And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else.
Bro.
Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
Your crime is being too hot! Oh my gosh. Rolla. Box.
It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time. There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
This is a very interesting game so far. Listen. You there. Did you come from
Here,
up
Coda
above?
begins using a kind of
What was up
dialogue
there?
system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities.
Oh.
Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
World stamped with whiteness. There's an enormous prison. I spent hours in prison. That's the world above. You've been there. Now this is important. Did you have to get through a puzzle with two doors with two doors and switches? Yes, I did. That was literally the last thing I did before coming here. No, I don't remember having to go through any puzzles. I prefer not to tell you. After all, we just only met. Yes, I did. Perfect. Now, please tell us how you solved it. Tell us the solution. Tell us how to get to the other side. I don't remember how I solved it. I'm trying to remember. I didn't solve it. Someone else let me in. Trust me, you don't want to go over there. I heard you say there's an enormous person. I was in for hours. Oh my gosh. I don't remember how I solved it, I guess. Oh my god, bro. You must think harder. Please try to remember. It's important that we get out of here. We must escape this prison. Can you think harder? There must be something more. Please. Oh, I didn't catch that last bit of dialogue. Frick. It said please something. Tell us something. How'd you get here? What was the puzzle? Was there a puzzle you had to pass through? I've been right here this entire time. Yes, do you want to know how to solve it? We actually find the black space between far more interesting. Have you seen it yet? Why would I care? Actually, now that you mention it, I remember feeling strange as I passed through. I felt strange? Don't think too hard about it. You'll see again soon. Wait, what's oops? What happened? What? Wait, what? What's oops? Did the stream die? I saw I lost kilobytes for a second. Am I good? Okay.
And so we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level. It's a lamppost. Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, you know, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only
I'm not
float around
bad,
in that
Gecko.
headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination. We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
Oh, and goodbye. This game is connected to the internet. As you walk around, you can leave notes. All notes you see are left by other players. Okay. Nice room. Not.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're gonna see have been written
Oh,
by Coda.
how do you beat this
This
game?
was actually the first game of his that I ever played.
No point to
was
this.
shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just
It's
so
my
different from anything that anyone
life.
else was doing. So right away I was like,
Whoa,
I
holy
have to
shit.
be friends with this person.
Can you
In
guys hear
retrospect, I
me?
think I was probably a bit too pushy trying to get his attention. I was over enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. And I cooled off eventually.
Everyone read this.
Oh, feel free
Hey.
to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them.
This place makes me sad.
Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and
Oh, so
feelings
much.
and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
Too many messages.
But it's ironic, isn't it? That in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him.
I'm
And I have to
good.
be
How are
honest
you,
with
sweet?
This idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work. I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally
Can I go?
into his
Oh, I
world,
wonder.
and then I feel less lonely.
Can I
too.
go this way? I kind of want to see if I can hop down. Oh, I can't. No, no, I can only go one way. You're alive? That doesn't... I mean, I'm glad you're alive. But that doesn't sound overly positive. What the crap is this cavern? I had to wait a couple hours to use the bathroom. Housemates creep me out. Oh, that's... Ew. An acorn somewhere here. Sailors are looking for it. One way or the other. I'm looking for someone to talk with. What are they doing? Sweet. Butt ass butt. Punch them easy. I need to go to the freaking bathroom. They're the type of guys that are being assholes because of the women. Oh, that's gross. I wanna. Girl, I'll hop on a plane. I'll beat them up for you. I'll protect my wife. There's nothing here. Go back. Don't listen to that guy. You know, they gotta show off. Free t-shirt. Show off in what kind of way? Meet other side door. Why you so? Door how open? Open sesame. Makes game include store. Cannot open door, thanks. Someday I will meet the person who made this. I help people because of the internal good feeling. They be judging Kai over how much sugar is needed in Kool-Aid, like, shut the frick up, it's the instructions. New room. Your chimes, they keep going. I would like very much to be desired. Like douches, to show how manly. Oh, there's nothing manly about being a douchebag. You actually are, more of a weenie if you do that. Oh, they're in the 40s and 50s. Oh, that's interesting. That's even grosser. I expected them to be like 18 to like 22. Scared of writing something, don't want to feel judged. It's not very crowded in here. You can go in here, I think. Congratulations. I don't know where to go with this. To like 20-year-olds? Yeah, for real. Don't bother. A game where you leave notes and suddenly everyone's a poet. This is where I get off. I failed to write anything. I am compelled. Judgment intensifies. Stop, turn back, proceeding further will only result in misery? I am in misery. Take my hand, let's jump together. I can't imagine I can't actually go down that way. Cabbage shapes our nation. What is the painting? It's very cool though. Very abstract. Does not matter if you ever get over there. So far we haven't been able to cook. Oh gosh. Very good game. Don't talk about me that way. I'm thinking I'm not. I think this is not going anywhere. It's interesting. I kind of just started. I don't know anything about it. Other than this is apparently a compilation of games that this guy's friend made, allegedly. So I need someone to talk to. This is a note. Don't listen to the other notes. Oh, I can go down here. I'm not safe. I know he said I don't have to read every single one, but I'm like, low-key kind of... From the sound of it, this guy made a game about him going completely insane. Today I learned you cannot follow. Ethical. I saw a person walking down there, now it won't come back. Walking. Devil Tower Star. It's about how this game is pretentious and you all suck. Stop pretending you are other people. It doesn't mean anything. We will all die someday. Who are all of you? Well then. Yeah, that's basically it. Whoever made this has issues. Painting, what does it mean? Stop faking it. Art. Hey guys, how's it going? Just hanging. I'm trying to speak. Think about how things look messy from up close, but perfect from far away. Oh, that's funny. It's interesting. Cabbage shapes our nation! Again. Devil Tower. Okay, so now they're seeming to kind of repeat. He was himself the most horrible creature he could imagine. Maybe I'll feel real someday. Well, I'm here now. We're all here now. There must be a reason his terrible secret kept it well. I beat the game. Gotta draw again. Itching to make a model, so I'm gonna redo the bunny. Trying to understand all of it with brain rot.
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one.
Downward, keep
In
going.
each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
Been here for an hour. Help. Help. Doesn't make sense. How do you solve it? Developer answers.
And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
Make a Halloween picture. I don't know what to make. Ooh, good question. Oh gosh, this is so loud. Are you there? Please say something. It can be anything. Talk to me. Why are you having so much difficulty? Speak, speak, speak. I can't
Okay,
make
this
Bunny
one's
have a
tough.
bunny costume.
It's
She
gonna
kind of
kinda
already
just
is one.
spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
Spider. I wonder if this Coda guy actually added in the music to this, or if this was added by the other guy. Moth, girl, spider, or bunny, like the robot. Oh.
See, like, this is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
Picking their costume. What furniture ought to go in the center of the room? A giant hole in the ground. In the center? What if you put a hole? Oh. What about along the wall? Can I select force picture? Okay, apparently it doesn't matter what I pick. Light up the room a bit. Skylight. I'm thinking lights with fluorescent trim. Live Tesla coils. A table. Need a table. Who are you? Where exactly are you doing this from? I'm pretty sure none of the choices I'm making are making. None of my choices are making any difference. Tables were invented in 1935. None of my choices are making a difference.
There's a a bit more to this one, but still, it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake.
What is this? This is so weird. This is such a strange game.
So,
Oh,
okay, he throws
goodbye.
it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a
done
different
redesign
direction.
of the spider or second moth. I don't know how to do the feet. Hello, please walk forward. This guide will enable you to escape any prison environment. Follow instructions. Take care you remember each step. Oh boy. Click on the table. Photo frame. Click to turn it slightly. Floor, turn it off, turn it back on again. Go to left side sofa and move it over a little bit. Touch the shelves. Return to start to be taken back to your prison. Okay. Thank you for the lyric, Roa. Have a good shower.
And
Oh,
of course,
we're back
now
here
the
again.
cable is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape.
Oh,
Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside.
whoa.
Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen. Personally, I think it's awful to watch this. To see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on? But Coda doesn't have that voice.
I can't be
telling you
good
to
without my
stop.
wives.
That particular mechanism
Oh, we're here
of
again.
defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going. And then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
This game is such an interesting game. Like, I know I'm not talking a whole lot, but I'm really focused on the dialogue and like what's happening. There's the lamppost again. Oh, it's so open and like unsettling. Hello? Who is this? Hey, it's me. I'm from after you escaped the prison? Okay, only option. You're me? You're trapped in the prison too? Furniture maze.
It's a conversation.
I was
And
in
so
the
this
escape
is what
tutorial.
Coda wants, is to be
First
able to
prison.
talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows. But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking
I'm glad to know you.
yourself.
I get out eventually.
You know,
What's it
all
like
of
to
his
escape?
games so far are Coda talking to himself.
I'm already forgetting what it was like in the prison. It's strange, but in a way I kind of miss being in the prison. Feels like being completely still and wildly in motion. 3? Do you feel any different? Sometimes I'm scared I'll get out and things will be exactly the same as before. I got new controllers for my PlayStation VR. I'm so screwed. I got VR horror. Oh no, sweet. Good luck. I would never. I would never do a horror game in VR. I'm really the same person as I was back then. It doesn't change. It actually does change. I don't feel like the same person at all. Oh, good. That's nice to hear. Makes me feel really happy. Gotta figure out how to set it up, because I don't know how I'm gonna see chat. Good question. Maybe flip would know how. Because he has a VR set. Or like Zaya maybe. I don't know, I've never done a game in VR. Age just kind of does that. I'm still me, but not somehow. Remember to enjoy being who you are right now. It won't last. Well, yeah, I know he doesn't use PlayStation, but like, I don't know. Isn't all VR kind of similar? Works better for him. Sad for me. Oh, interesting. I'm still me, but not, I guess. Wait, if you're me, then did you get a call from another version of you when you were trapped? No, I think I'm the first person to call back. Yeah, I didn't get a call. You tell me how to get out. Maybe I can come find you. What do I have to do? To get out, all you have to do is be sincere. You need to tell me how you feel. Just talk with me for a bit. I don't know. What? That will free me? How does that work? Listen, I can't know until you're out, but I promise it works. Just tell me how you feel, it will make sense. I feel afraid that nothing will ever change.
I can
Okay.
see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice? So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself? To me, this environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the two doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
Something. Oh god, hi. Something about this game feels very unsettling. Oh my goodness, I'm glad as heck all heck you showed up. Thought I might have to clean this entire house all by myself, and right miserable that would have been. Everyone knows lonesome hands make lousy homes. Don't worry about me, a place
You'll
that's
notice that the
nice. I'll be glad
quality
to
of
stay
the art
here.
is a step up from previous games, including this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on. From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work, and this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
A place that's nice. I'll be glad to stay here all night. Lousy homes make home loners. Let's go with the first option. Well, now you might just be getting a little ahead of yourself now. Why don't we start cleaning then? Decide you could do it all night. Finish up here. In the meantime, could you please clear the table? Much nicer. That's the table I want to see. Would you run to the bedroom and make the bed? Okay. Rug. Do you enjoy being a house cleaner? How'd you get this job? Been a long time since I've seen a house. Do you enjoy being a house cleaner? Well, I don't enjoy it as much as I need it. While I'm working, I feel kind of calm. That rest is the pit of my ribcage. My soul just can't be soothed any other way, it seems, which I guess is all that matters. Oh, that and a tidy couch. Would you straighten the pillows on the sofa? Looks like someone spilled a drink. Welcome back, Pelt, to share an incredibly cheesy personal insight. Are you okay with that? Make it especially cheesy. No. It was stupid, sorry, never mind. These dishes need to be washed. Can you come and do that? Last I checked, the tub needed cleaning. How about you scrub it down as best you can? No need to be perfect, we're all human. There's still books scattered on the floor of the bedroom. Would you put them back on the shelf? Perfect. Clear dishes off the
After
table.
intense set of prison games, this house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing. It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you, and eventually cohere into something meaningful.
House cleaning is difficult. Are all the houses this easy to clean? Darling, let me tell you something. Your house is only as difficult to clean as you are. If you're finding work hard, maybe you have a bit of housekeeping to do before you come to work. Here I go with another lecture. Of course I would.
Really like this game.
Don't worry about that nonsense.
Actually,
Smooth out
this was
the
only
rug
one
in the
he
bedroom.
called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was like grossly happy all the time. Just walked around with a constant smile on his face.
Earlier, when I said I had a really cheesy thought, I was going to say that it occurred to me that one's house is a lot like one's soul. You take care of it, it takes care of you. Don't know why I felt so weird about saying that. I get it. That's a weird thing to say to someone you just met. You're right, that's cheesy. There's a bit of truth in it. Anyway, so housekeeping. Let's keep doing this. Books. Please clean up the books. Pillows on the couch are a real mess.
I'm glad he made this.
Would you straighten
I'm
them?
glad he found some peace.
Straighten them up. Question. Do you enjoy this?
It can't last.
Oh.
The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
This game is very interesting. Oh, here's the lamppost again.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I really thought that was the point of it.
Items you love
This
at
one
member-only
gets a bit
prices? Why did you come here today? Was it to improve your life? Was it to get a better job? Was it to make your relationships more meaningful? No. You came here to become perfect. Oh gosh, hello. The workshop is going to teach you how to be perfect. I want your friends, the people in your life to look at you and think, wow, this person is a better human being than I am. Right now, who do you think about that way in your own life? Who do you know who is well developed as a person that can make you feel disgusted with yourself? Compared to whom you feel useless, selfish, ungrateful. I intend to make you into that person. Perfection is within your grasp. The question is not how we do it effortlessly. This is easy. This is so easy. It is so easy.
About halfway through the game,
Being
the
perfect
perspective shifts.
is effortless. What the frick?
And you play as the teacher. And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
This is the key. How do I achieve it with no effort? On the way to work, I told an elderly person to start contributing to society. Kids should not follow their dreams. Let me tell you right now, if it isn't effortless, it is not the right answer. I still love you. It's just that you make me feel cold on the inside. Being alone must be awful. Thank goodness all of you perceive me as being wise and intelligent. Drinking is not hurting my life. If you're torturing yourself trying to find the right solutions for your life, you're not doing it right. Uh, do you understand that you won't be happy until you love me? This is for you. I'm developing a cyst. Gross. Seek out only one thing. What is easiest, simple path forward? Ha ha ha, just kidding. Anyone want to do some ecstasy after this? There is no truth, there is no path. What if I'm not a good teacher? Do what is easiest, do what is simplest, feel what is true. Holy crap, you guys, something is coming out of the back of the room. Nothing, no one. It's coming for you, it's gonna destroy everyone, run.
I felt pretty hard for this one. I feel like it's
Perfection.
one of the most relatable experiences that you can have. To assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days.
Doing research might have a solution? Solution
This one took
for
a
what?
lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4
Oh,
months
for
between
VR
this
stuff.
and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
Wait till I'm home. Fair enough. Because you don't have any of your stuff with you right now, except for like your laptop, right? Oh, God! Performance is beginning places. Where am I going? All the lights up there look really pretty. You'll be playing as me. We are gathering of professionals. Start leaning against this wall. Good, stay right there. Woman across the room is a professional photographer of animals. Is your dream to photograph animals professionally? This is one chance to learn something from her, to gain something, to succeed. Go on, say something to her. Where's the bathroom? Sorry, I have to leave. Hello? Hello? That's it? That's not a conversation. You need to actually have a converse with her. Be a human being. Do it again. I'm super, super scared right now. I like you. Here are all my hopes and dreams. Oh, God. No, that's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of the conversation. I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. I was confident. For some reason, it was just that one moment, but I was confident. Maybe it's that you need a better feel of the setting. There were a lot of people around us. I'll give you props to work with. The cones that bounce around when you touch them represent people nearby. Talk to her again. PS camera needs adapter to connect to PS5. Free, gotta try that. Oh, interesting. Hopefully, when you like test it out, everything goes smooth. Must have worked really hard to get here. I bet you've learned to lean into the pain. What are some sacrifices you've had to make? You're messing it up again. You'll freak her out if the conversation gets that personal that quickly. Do you not realize how important this was for me? I'll never get another opportunity like this again. Everything was riding on this. Dread Tater's appearance? Try something. Try stepping back from the stage. Oh, when you do a horror game. Fair. I wonder how far I can walk. Oh. And I'm in jail again. Well. Oh. This is what I was like.
The game ends with this eerie premonition of what's going to happen next in Coda's life.
Is this guy going to
From
jail?
social-
Like, what the hell?
Social anxiety to fears of having to perform and having to chase success. The answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder
You're doing
to access
great.
Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer.
Resident Evil 7? Oh, good
But what
luck.
can you do? After this, Coda went off
Walking
and took
Dead?
another 5
Ooh.
months to make a new game.
I don't think I've seen anyone play The Walking Dead. Mobius Strip plays. You must keep your eyes closed. What's going on? Captain, what can we do? Help, I'm blind. What's going on? Someone help. Someone talk to me. Tell me how to solve this. Oh, there's the door. Be killed by a giant door. Oh.
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way.
The only way to stop it is to be something that is honest. That's it, that's the truth. Tater! Taters for Goblins. Army invades Eleanorium's beginner's guide. Come to take your taters just like we took Krillin's lives in Sparkling Zero. Your spuds aren't safe. Hello, Vic. Hi, Raid, and hi, Roa. Welcome, welcome. Oh. Tater probably giving himself the shout out. How was your stream? How was Sparkling Zero? Speak of the devil himself. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. If you don't know me, my name is Ellie.
Oh, so I'm in phase 4. Okay. What the fuck is this?
It was me. Back and I'm wet.
Is a
Roa.
space whale now?
The very first clip. Sorry, I was in the middle of introducing myself. My name is Ellie. I am a variety streamer. I play lots and lots of different things. Today we're playing more of a dialogue sort of story game. I don't play these often, but it was intriguing to me. So, if you need to do any post-stream things, just want to lurk and hang out, that's totally fine. If you're intrigued by this game, I highly recommend you stick around. It's very interesting to me, so. And then for Tater himself, thank you for the raid, Tater. I appreciate you so much. Take care of yourself, do post-stream things. I hope you had a good stream. Sparkling Zero was fun. I got the non-canon ending. Got Goku. Ooh, very cool. Very, very nice. I'm also tired today, so it's kind of a low energy sort of day. Yes, that's the truth. I don't feel it anymore. I'm out of ideas. It's draining me.
Like I said, I was getting concerned. First
I
off,
can't type.
he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So where's that coming from? But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him.
Taterate something
Not
like
like
that.
he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how
Go and keep
sometimes a person
talking.
will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time?
Have fun, Raiden.
Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I
can't
really
figure out
started
how
to
to
wonder if
say
he
the
needed my
thing.
help in some way.
Thought this was gonna be easy. You're doing it. It's working. I'm alone. I'm stuck in it. I have to work harder. We're gonna be okay. Oh, okay. So real quick, just a quick recap on what this game is. Basically, the writer for the Stanley Parable took a bunch of games his friend made and compiled them into one thing. What the purpose is exactly is a little ambiguous at this point. We're just kind of playing through and seeing what happens. So I forgot to mention that at the beginning when
His
everybody
games
got
are going
here.
to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
What's that mean? Oh gosh, flashbang. Hello? Oh. Where did the silence come from? How do I get out of here? Oh. Is that a person? How lovely. Been a long time since I talked to anyone. What's wrong? You look lost. I don't see anybody. I'm completely out of ideas. When I try to create, I feel empty. I have nothing left to give my work. Oh no. What's happened? Did something change? There was a machine that kept me going and it stopped. I'm trying to find this engine that used to protect me to start it again. Wait, you're looking for a machine? I know where it is. It isn't far. You have to take me to it. I need to see it. I need to know why it stopped. I can take you to
If
it, but
the
there's a
last
problem.
game
It's guarded
featured
by a
Coda
difficult
talking
puzzle.
explicitly about his creative frustrations, this one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet, still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder, even when he
You can help me solve the puzzle. We'll find the machine. Deal. Doesn't matter what I say.
Why?
We're gonna
What is
end
it
up
for?
there one way or another. We're gonna just say deal. Oh, Zombunny would be funny, sweet. That'd be cute. How long? I'll show it to you.
Because, from my perspective at the time, and just what I knew of him,
Hi, Phoenix.
this was a result of how isolated he was. He was
Here's the
in
puzzle.
his
What do
own
you
little
think?
bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these
I
games to
recognize
anyone,
this.
not
I missed the
releasing
raid.
them
No
onto the
worries,
internet,
Phoenix. It's good to see you.
and
How are you
so
doing?
he didn't have anyone outside of himself
Ooh,
to connect
burrito.
with. He had no outlet to ground himself
Open
on.
the door. Okay, now what? How are you? I'm pretty good. A little tired, but doing pretty good. What kind of burrito do you have? You have to close the first door. Alright, what's next? Thank you for the reminder, Roa. Press the switch. There we go. Ha! That was so simple.
You can't talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
There's just words on the wall. Trust me, you'll see. You have to say your work is fun and easy. You have to say game development is simple and joyous. That you'll love it 100% of the time. Okay, making games is easy. Oh, what the? Why did the walls just crumble? Why did I feel so awful when I said that? Don't worry about it, keep talking. Keep saying creation is easy. When I make games, I feel energized. I am constantly excited and enthusiastic about my work. It's easy. It never stops being easy. Oh gosh. Ooh, yay, desktop
Seeing this
upgrade.
game at the time that he made it looked
Hi,
really
Beasley.
unhealthy to me.
Thank you
I
for
was
the
watching him
hydrate.
do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like video games are not worth this amount of suffering.
How you doing, buddy? It's been a while.
This is someone I really cared about.
I'm doing pretty good.
And
How
I
are
used to
you?
get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me.
Pain breezes effortlessly off of me. Any sacrifices made for my work were worth it 100% of the time. It always pays off eventually. I'm good. That's good to hear. I'm glad you're doing well.
I don't know. This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain.
There's no shame, no fear, no guilt.
I wanted it
I
to
will be
stop
saved by my
more
work.
than
I
anything.
believe this. Unquestionably,
I
I'm a
never
vessel
felt so
for
right.
certainty.
I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop.
Oh gosh. This is so, like... Go get food. Yeah. Alright, Tater.
But it didn't
See you
stop.
in a bit.
After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
The machine. May, I'm glad to see you arrived safely. We've captured the machine. It's waiting for you now. You can begin the interrogation whenever you like. I intend to be quick. Very good. Someone called the press. We might have to bit of attention on this one. Also, one more thing you should know about the machine. It calls itself Coda. That's the name of the guy. Oh. Okay. Oh, wow. You
And
stopped.
of course, it's the machine.
You stopped feeding us. Your work was keeping us alive. Your work was keeping us healthy. Stop feeding us. Those people out there, can you imagine what pain you put them through? It was only because of your creations that any of us could make it through every day. How could we possibly go back to trusting you to do this job? Here's what's gonna happen. You need to go and apologize. You have to admit to the people that you've allowed them to suffer. I've been so alone. Apologize for leaving me. No, nothing. Think carefully. I know how to hurt you. Oh my god. I have seen the thing you fear. No, nothing? So then, no, nothing. Gosh. I will apologize to the people on your behalf. My followers, my friends? My friends? It falls on me to deliver bad news. The machine will not apologize. The machine refuses to admit it deliberately hurt us. The machine will not apologize. But this is not important. We are stronger than it thinks we are. We will find a way to live without it. We do not need its games. We're stronger than it thinks we are? Let us pay it retribution. Let us show it that we are not failures. Follow me, we will destroy the machine. Follow me, we will destroy everything the machine has created. Machine? Oh boy. Oh, now we're back to the stage. Okay, we were here earlier. Okay, I can't get off. Where am I going?
Remember, you can click to fire the gun.
Well, yeah. Oh. Oh! Oh, I see. Okay. So we are actively just destroying everything. First I thought I had to go somewhere, but I guess
So now the work is becoming self-destructive.
I'll make sure
And I'll
your
tell
work
you,
dies
at the
here.
time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation.
Oh, I didn't even read the
And so,
freaking.
as I'm thinking this,
Okay.
I realized that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral?
Thank you for the
Would it
look,
give him
sweet.
confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
Oh.
So I started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
Put your weapon down. Oh.
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something. I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy.
This is taking a very interesting turn. And I'm not really sure what's happening.
So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
The tower. Okay.
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game. This room actually has a maze in it.
Oh. Ah!
Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible.
Oh.
And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise, so the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played, it actually seems to despise the player
Oh my
for
God.
trying to play it at all.
That flashing
But
is
I do want to show you
terrible.
the rest of the level, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
I would actually be I would like be curious if trying to get through the maze is actually possible. But like there's no indication of where to go.
And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze? The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have
Not
asked him,
punch the
but I
screen.
couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we
Oh.
can move on.
Lights, yeah, the flashing is really what like is kind of annoying. 151617. Oh my god, trying to randomly get a 6-digit code would be ridiculous.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem. But I can open this door for you, so let me do that.
I'm very
Was I a failure for not understanding this game? I mean, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why.
I'm very
I
curious
remember,
how
it's
this
June
is
of
gonna
2011.
end.
I'm playing this for the very first time, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years, I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for.
It is kind of sad.
I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't.
Oh. Little window.
I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed
Welcome back,
to be
Tater.
someone other than me. But he stopped and left. And it felt somehow like I had failed.
There's something
Or did I
weirdly
screw up?
relatable about this game. Like Pop. Dear Davy, thank you for your interest in my games.
I'm the reason that you stopped making
I need
games,
to
weren't
ask
I?
you to not speak to
It's
me
because
anymore.
of what I did. I poisoned it for you.
I wonder at
I
times.
don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt.
Whether you think I am making these games for you.
It felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
Mostly in the way the narrator is talking about trying to connect with somebody. Like I just feel that I don't know how to explain it exactly. Like, this is gonna get, like, I guess, kind of weirdly deep and personal, but sometimes like, I feel like I struggle to connect with certain people. Like, there's people that are easy to connect with and easy to feel comfortable with. But then I feel like in a lot of cases, even though there's someone that I really want to connect with, there's something just deep inside that makes me feel like I can't. And so the way he's describing, like, you know, he wants to understand this person, he wants to understand Coda and his games, but he can't, and like that frustrating kind of thought is, I don't know if that makes any sense. You've so infected my personal space
And
that it's possible I
people
did
who
begin to
played
plant
them,
solutions.
They treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, I felt good about myself. Finally, for a moment, while I had that, I liked myself.
Plant solutions in my work somewhere hidden between games. Is there, if there was an answer or meaning, would it make you happier? Would you stop taking my games and showing them to people against my wishes? Giving them something that is not yours to give, violating the one boundary that keeps me safe. Oh boy. Would you stop changing my games? Stop adding lampposts to them? Okay, I'm gonna make a prediction. I feel like this is more about the narrator and like the narrator's perception of himself. I thought about that earlier, but I didn't really say
And
anything.
then you stopped, and I didn't have anything left to show people.
Would you simply let them be what they
I
are?
just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing.
When I'm around
What
you,
does
I
that mean?
feel physically ill. You desperately need something, and I cannot give it to you. I literally do not have it. Struggling to come up with new ideas is not making me depressed. Low points are part of the process. The fact that you think I am frustrated or broken says more about you than about me. I realize that this doesn't make sense to you just yet, which is fine. You're not my problem to solve. But I do hope that one day it clicks and that you make peace with this thing you're wrestling.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
When you finally see what I'm talking about, don't say anything. Oh.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work, is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up.
Am I moving?
If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please
Oh, the
help
walls
me.
are getting
Please give
smaller.
me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
This is a very interesting game. And it's definitely... I mean, I guess I didn't have any expectations for it, but... it's a lot more... like, I don't know, emotional than I thought it would be, which is interesting.
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease. Solution. I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes making prisons. Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
What on earth is this?
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be?
A more peaceful life.
It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like.
When your life is driven on validation, it is not a peaceful life.
What now? I think I need to go. And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for, and so I'm just gonna... Okay.
This took an interesting direction that I wasn't really expecting. Like, I wasn't really expecting it to be as, like, I don't know, deep as it is, I guess. I had a feeling that the narrator had an issue, but I wasn't expecting this. Yeah, same. I don't remember at what point I was like thinking about that, because I was like, oh, is this more? Because initially I was like, is this about the narrator? But I thought it was in the way of the narrator is actually, quote unquote, the maker of the game, and like I don't know, I don't even know. I don't know how to describe what my thought was. Like, instead of there being two people, it was just one person, and that person was the narrator. And it was kind of like a weird meta, I guess, for lack of a better word. I didn't really expect it to be like the narrator having his own sense of self, like self-identity crisis. That's what I did not expect about this. That'd be interesting. Yeah, that's where I originally thought it was going. But then when I was walking through the tower, I was like, oh, I think I understand what's happening now. Like, oh, and we're here again. Are we gonna go up now? Up, there I go. And, oh, okay. Just one person, yeah. Oh. Whoa. Okay, what is this? Is this the end of the game? I don't even know.
Turn back.
Oh, I guess it is the end. For R.
Turn back from this cave. You said, let
This
me
project would not have been
prove
possible
that
without the
I'm
following individuals.
brave. Let me keep going. But
Guess that's it.
the cave goes for
Turn back.
miles
Oh, the song.
and miles and miles. And you're so tired, but I know that you're strong. So turn back. Turn back.
Hmm. Oh. I guess that's it. Okay, well. That was interesting. That was, Oh, welcome back, Beck. We just finished the game. Or, yeah, finished, Beginner's Guide. Oops, wrong side. There I go. Well, yeah, it was not very long. So that was, yeah, that was very interesting. Hmm. I was kind of expecting the narrator or like something else, like someone else to come back at the end, rather than the narrator just leaving you to walk and finish out. But definitely a very different game. Coming left with the webcam, ended up coming home with a microwave. Hopefully it's a good microwave back. I'm so that's such an interesting game. I actually really like games like that have kind of like I don't know, kind of a deeper. Okay, my dinner's here. I will be right back. No. Oh, I didn't mute. Oh my god. Freaking hell. Hopefully y'all didn't hear nothing. Okay. I'm back anyway. So I don't know. Any thoughts on this game? It came out in 2015, which I actually didn't realize. I thought it was a little newer than that, but I wasn't freaking out for you. Oh no. The description of the game is Beginner's Guide is a narrative video game from Davey Redden, creator of Stanley Parable. It lasts about an hour and a half and has no traditional mechanics, no goals, nor no objectives. Instead, it tells the story of a person struggling to deal with something they do not understand. So, that's all I knew about the game beforehand. Game looked really interesting. It really was. It really was. Some of the most impactful 100 minutes I've ever spent. I was confused at the start, and as it went on, it felt suffocating. In what kind of way? In what kind of way do you mean? It made me feel really like emotional for some reason. It could be because the room started to shrink. Fair. That's fair. Okay, I can unpin this now. Doesn't need to be up there anymore. Is this one? I don't know. I'll keep it playing. Yeah, definitely very interesting game. Very interesting, like, narrative. Not entirely what I thought it would be. I was saying, what was I saying? I don't remember. I don't know, girl. I don't know either. I wonder if there's other games. My opinion. um. Hmm. I mean, someone's like the narrative of like someone struggling with something they don't understand really fits. I think based on the ending, I think the narrator is projecting onto his friend. Like his friend wants to make these strange, abstract, non-traditional games, which the narrator doesn't understand. And he perceives the games as a reflection of Coda's, oh, thank you for the stretch, be sleep. Coda's inner thoughts and feelings about himself. When I think in reality, what the game is conveying is it's actually the narrator who has the problem. And not the problem is in like, I mean, I don't know. Like he has some inner turmoil to work through about external validation from other people. I don't know if that makes sense, but it is interesting for sure.